Hi, welcome back to Third Rate Content. Today we're in Shrewsbury and we're going to be seeing the Glass Pyramid of Shrewsbury. I'll show you that in a bit. We're also going to be showing Abbey Foregate and the Abbey. So get ready, buckle up, and I'll see you right here. So Shrewsbury Abbey, founded in 1083 as a Benedictine monastery by the Norman ruler of Shrewsbury, Roger de Montgomery. St. Peter and St. Paul, I assume, as the chapel here is dedicated to St. Peter and St. Paul, very much like the church in Wem last week. Of course, a lot of this frontage is Gothic, as was the fashion to restyle the windows in the Gothic style, you know, as we got into the 1700s. But the actual main brickwork, red Shropshire sandstone, Grintshill sandstone, all done in the Norman time. And a very aged door. I'm not too sure how old that door is, but this portal doesn't look original, it looks restored, but very beautiful. Just made our way around here to the side, and through that very little door is the Shrewsbury Abbey office. But I mean, I'm a 6-footer, and I must say I'm a foot basically, but well, half a foot above that. So that is a small portal, very Hogwarty, something like that. Here on the west side again, west side doorway, signs of deterioration there. As I'm sure that is probably supposed to be the Virgin, but she's very deteriorated, and whoever was supposed to be here is gone. Still looks very historic, very interesting. Just here on the west side, just across the road here in Abbey Foregate, as you can see, street up there leading up to the English Bridge. So here we've got the Hospital of the Holy Cross. Don't know if you can see that, but it was built in 1853 by D. Rowland. It's like a almshousey sort of hospital here, very close to Shrewsbury Abbey. So one of the buildings that was constructed from the cannibalised red Shropshire sandstone, Grintshill sandstone, was here, Whitehall, an Elizabethan mansion, along with the hospital that I just showed you earlier. This fine mansion was constructed after the abbey was dissolved during the Revolution, but it was a fine use of the stone, very much like the Almshouse Hospital. So the gatehouse to Whitehall, a fine, you know, really nice building in its own right. And then at the top there, that absolutely gorgeous little room, little reading room, where you can get illuminated and see all of Shrewsbury. It's actually owned by somebody, you can't visit it or anything. It's actually a private residence alongside this classic 1960s office building, sort of brutalist, quite ugly. You've got this lovely octagonal structure right next to Whitehall in Abbey Foregate. Some serious lead work on the porch of Whitehall. Some real money's worth there, and it's very beautiful as well, really well crafted. Back at the north side of Shrewsbury Abbey Chapel. Just looking at some of the stained glass windows here. Can't quite make out what they are, but they have some meanings, I'm sure, if you're looking from the inside. Memorials to the great and the good of Shrewsbury, no doubt. You'd have to be rich to afford headstones or memorials such as these. Here onto the shaded bower for you, the south of Shrewsbury Abbey Chapel. Now, of course, in the Abbey's heyday, all this would have been built on. Only the chapel remains from the medieval abbey monastery. All the anti-buildings would have all been around here, all around us. But of course, progress came along, and Thomas Telford built this road here at the side of me, the London Road out of Shrewsbury. So of course progress came and the abbey had to go basically in the 1700s. This would have been as the Industrial Revolution basically started. The remains are very beautiful. Here we have the memorial in loving memory to Sir Clement Lloyd Hill, with a lot of initials after his name. I take it he was from the famous Hill family, Lord Hill being one of his ancestors of particular note. This guy was the MP for Shrewsbury and did some good things, I imagine, and that's why he's got this prominent memorial. Here we have the memorial to the World War I poet Wilfred Owen, and soldier who got killed in action right at the end of World War I. He'd just come back to active duty from being shell-shocked and injured, and unfortunately passed away, well, got killed at a battle on a French river, and that's what this memorial is signifying, is the pontoons where Wilfred Owen gave his life in France. Of course, the man was educated just past the church up there, right by the English Bridge, at the grammar school, which is now Shrewsbury Sixth Form on that site. Of course, a visit to Shrewsbury Abbey wouldn't be complete without a mention of Brother Cadfael, the sleuth, the medieval sleuth, written by Ellis Peters from 1977 to, I think it was 1995, the last one. And of course turned into a TV show starring Derek Jacobi. I think it's Sir Derek Jacobi. but they're well worth a read. My nan used to read them, so I used to grab one now and again when I went to my nan's, and I quite enjoyed a bit of Brother Cathfell. But all his adventures would have been taking place around here, not least this little location where we're going to now. Close to the public due to safety concerns, I imagine. It's probably quite a fragile structure now. There's the pulpit to the Shrewsbury Abbey's refectories, which would have been enclosed. This would have been under cover, the pulpit, so that when the monks were having their dinner or breakfast, they'd be being read to from this pulpit, and a very ornate pulpit it is. If I could just get a bit, see, there's all the carvings on there, quite beautiful. And it's just here in Abbey Foregate, right by the road, just next to the east of Shrewsbury Abbey. It's the side view of the pulpit. You can sort of make it out a bit better, some of the carvings on there as well. But here right next to the Abbey and the pulpit, as you just saw, it's some more history, not from the medieval days, but the partially restored platform to Shrewsbury Abbey Station, which was, at these posters, which was part of the Shropshire and Montgomery Light Railway, the Pottery, Shrewsbury and North Wales Railway, and it was also under military control at certain points. But anyway, in living history in the last 20-30 years, there was the remains of a railway track that still carried on going all the way up here, right until I'd say 1990 probably, when the road over there, Old Potts Way, was built, the main road, and they took all the old station houses and everything that were, where they used to fix the trains and such, just over here where we're going to go and have a look at in a minute. But some of these posters are quite vintage looking. So this area that is now a car park, just next to the platform, the partially restored station platform. All down here was used as a prisoner of war camp during World War One. The German prisoners of war were held here, and there is a photo taken from around about here somewhere, I'd say, of some of the German prisoners of war. They were held here. So a bit after the war, the camp was shut down in 1919, but it was used because the railway yard just around here was at the Montgomery yard. It wasn't in use at the time, so they thought they could get the prisoners here by train and use it as a POW camp, which they did successfully. So that's a bit of history. And pyramid. So we're just making our way down from the train station, the platform, down to where the old sheds would have been. Big old sheds where they used to wheel the trains in. You can repair them. But where one of the sheds was, it definitely was here, because as a youngster I used to occasionally come down here and sort of investigate, and they were just abandoned, what is now Asda, but it was built to be a Safeway in the sort of early mid-90s when the road here, Old Potts Way, was built, and but it's now an Asda. Like I say, was a Safeway. But as you can see in the background there, Shrewsbury's pyramid sitting on top of Asda. I promised you a pyramid and I gave you a pyramid. But sadly, it was part of a pair of pyramids. The one here, that was always the bigger one. But up till recently, say back last year, you did have another one just here where the petrol station is. But they've remodeled it and it's now, you know, you just do it yourself. No, and they actually took the structure down, totally changed the look of the petrol station. You did have two pyramids, now you got one. Little look from a different angle at the Glass Pyramid, giving out his pyramidly energies. So that was the third-rate content visit to Abbey Foregate and Shrewsbury Abbey. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe. By all means do share, hit that notification bell if you want to stay up to date with all the third-rate goings on. Just thought, before we go today, I'll just leave you a bit of philosophy. As much as I really do enjoy digging up historical gems, going for a walk and sort of talking, filling in a few things, just remember, history is happening all the time, for good or worse, all the time, right around you, all the time. It doesn't just end with history books and looking in the past, it's always happening. And on that note, I'll see you, if I don't see you soon, I'll see you 3 times as soon.